Group Test, Hyundai Kona vs Seat Arona vs Volkswagen T-Roc Published, 6 a.m. May 29, 2018. So Volkswagen has joined the small SUV party. But that news is somewhat diminished by the fact that the party has already been running for years. The T-Roc may have a trendy name and fancy clothes, but you need to throw more than a couple of shapes in this company to stand out. So does it make a grand entrance or does nobody notice? Driving Hyundai Kona 1.0 T-GDi 120 Premium SE, price £21,195, engine 1.0-liter, 3-cylinder, turbo, petrol power, 118 bhp torque, 127 Ib-ft gearbox, 6-speed manual, 0 to 60 miles, which is why they can all more than get away with effectively the same engine, a 3-cylinder 1.0-liter turbocharged petrol unit making 114 bhp, or 118 bhp in the case of the Kona. Mind you, the Kona falls behind on the torque front, with 127 pounds-feet to the 149 pounds-ft of the other two, meaning in theory you'd need to rev it more. Interestingly, this doesn't seem to be the case, and it pulls well from lowish revs, possibly a bit better than the other two. All three are definitely nippy though. But if the performance of any of these isn't enough, all can be had with bigger motors. A triple under the bonnet means there's a distinct and characterful offbeat drum to the engines, with a touch of primary vibration, but it's not a problem at all. Even so, the T-Roc is the best at keeping that at a distance, as well as road and wind noise, making it the easiest on the ears over the distance. Although these may be small, they are tall, which means that driving the VW you get what you expect. It leans at the corners more than say a hatchback, and grip levels run out a bit early. On the other hand, the steering is excellent, so you're never at risk of losing touch with the thing. It also rides well, that softer suspension that allows more lean, meaning it can absorb bumps well. The other two somehow cheat the dynamics rather better, with cornering characteristics that are much more hatchback than SUV. They stay fairly flat, and the Seat Arona adds to that with really communicative steering. It's amazing how far this sector has come. The Arona keeps on delivering, with adjustable dampers that allow you to adjust as you like, and, even in comfy setting, it keeps tracking true down a country lane seriously well. Seat Arona 1.0 TSI 115 FR Sport, price £20,665, engine 1.0-liter, 3-cylinder, turbo, petrol power, 114 bhp torque, 148 Ib-ft gearbox, 6-speed manual, 0 to 60 miles per hour, 9.5 seconds top speed, 113 miles per hour economy, 56.5 mpg CO2 emissions, 114 grams per kilometer. The Hyundai Kona may handle well, but the ride quality lets it down, allowing bumps and thumps through and generally struggling to deal with poor surfaces, of which we have a lot. Interior: while all three are more like hatchbacks in many regards, most owners would want that high SUV driving position. They don't get it. You're sat much more at normal car level, even if it feels higher in the T-Roc thanks to lower window lines and dashboard. That contributes to the T-Roc having the best visibility all round, so it doesn't really need the standard rear sensors. The other two get the sensors too, and a reversing camera in the Kona, but they need these things more. The cabins are, to be honest, a bit disappointing in all three. The Seat Arona is probably the best of the bunch, which is a good gig given it's the cheapest, but VW's reputation for classy cabins certainly doesn't match reality here. Surprisingly average. It's better than the Hyundai, but frankly it ought to be a lot better than the Seat. It's no bigger inside than the other two either, with all three being effectively the same size whether in the front or back. If you had to pick, then the Kona would be worst for rear passenger legroom, but all three are pretty good given their external dimensions. And it's the T-Roc that has the biggest boot, taking 6 carry-on cases, to the 4 in the Kona and the 5 in the Arona. The Kona boot wouldn't suit a shopaholic. Volkswagen T-Roc 1.0 TSI 115 design price £21,125 engine, 1.0-liter, 3-cylinder, turbo, petrol power, 114 bhp torque, 148 FT gearbox, 6 SPD manual 0 to 60 miles per hour, 10.3 seconds top speed, 100. They're roughly all in the same ballpark, but in reality most will be bought on PCP. And here the Seat leaps ahead, being over £50 a month cheaper than the T-Roc. The Kona sits between those two, but remains the most expensive to buy outright, and to service, stick fuel in and then lose money on when you sell it on. The VW, at about the same price, should hold its value notably better, plus it'll be the cheapest to get serviced. But if you want heated and ventilated front seats, full leather, heated steering wheel and keyless entry all as standard, you'll need to buy the Hyundai. Even so, the other two, like the Kona, have alloys, climate and cruise control, auto lights and wipers and a lot more. All three come fully loaded. The only question mark is the decision by Hyundai to make automatic emergency braking an option, when it's standard on the other two. This safety feature is becoming a standard fitment, and to offer it for another £235 seems to go against current thinking. Verdict: so where does all thinking take us in the end? We think the new VW T-Roc actually is queen of the ball in this test. It's really very good, even if the cabin is definitely disappointing. The Seat Arona runs it close as it's good and also cheaper, although more expensive in the long run, and also noisier. Which means that Cinders is the Hyundai Kona, being the least comfortable with the least space, and the only one without AEB. Read more. Review: Hyundai Kona review, Volkswagen T-Roc review, Seat Arona.